Okay. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna give this Facebook a few seconds to send out the live notification. Let Facebook know we live. All right, we're looking good. Hey, guys, you come on in, hit that like, hit that share button. Okay, we good. Hit that like, hit that share button. Come on in. Let's run it up. Anybody got all these questions? Hit that like, hit the share button. You come on in, about to have a discussion with Mayor Candidate Paige. And you see, she got the merch on deck. she got the merch on deck.
Yeah.
So guys, come on in, hit that like, hit that share button. Okay. All right, we're gonna start it. Okay, so let the people know who is Paige.
Paige is a loyal Orangeburg enthusiast.
Okay.
Who decided to come back home and try to make a difference back.
Okay. You decided to come back home, so you're from Orangeburg.
I'm from Orangeburg, through and through. I'm not from Bowman. I'm not from Cope. I'm not from North.
You from the Bird?
I'm from the Bird.
Okay.
G4.
Oh, you from the Gardens?
I'm from Roosevelt Gardens.
Okay. Shout out G4. Let me tell you something. G4 is a very common theme. Seems to be a very common theme in all my interviews.
Yeah, because everybody like to cut school and come through there.
You got that right. They sure do.
Everybody live around there. You know, it was good atmosphere, man. When I was growing up, had a lot of fun.
Okay. Yeah. G4 is what it is. Okay, so you went G4. Okay, so you went to OW.
I went to OW.
Okay, before OW, hey guys, you know how we do the multiples? I gotta start from the beginning. So, where were you born at? Well, I know you're born, but you're born at TRMC, the hospital. Okay, so how was the early family life? Was it mom, dad, grandma?
Nah, it was me, my mom, and my four other siblings. I got two older sisters, and then there's two brothers, and then there's me. And then me and my nephew, we grew up as brother and sister as well.
Okay. So, and y'all grew up in G4. Okay. So you're coming up. So what elementary school you go to? That's shout out to elementary school. Shout out to Marshall. That's right. All the Garden kids go to Marshall. Which Marshall actually surprisingly
is a good school.
It's one of the best elementary schools. And everybody's seen the kids. They want to get the kids at elementary school. So how was Paige as a small child, like elementary age? How were you at that age?
Busy, inquisitive. I read a lot actually.
Okay.
At Marshall Elementary, I read almost all the books in the library. Miss Lee, Rebecca Lee, she was a softball teammate of mine, and her mother, Miss Lee, and April Wilson, her mother, Miss Wilson, they were the librarians. And I used to see them around about 4 times a week. I used to go in there a lot. I read a lot as a kid. So
you was in the library. Not 24/7, but you in the library a lot.
I was in the library a lot, especially in the history section.
So would you say you're just a smart, inquisitive kid that stayed out of trouble? Elementary age.
No, because I got in trouble. I got in a lot of trouble only because I used to be finished my work.
Oh, you was one of them kind of kids.
Talk and you know what I'm saying, be around everybody, do stuff like that.
So you want the kids to be like, let's keep her busy because we know she's gonna finish her work early and she's gonna have something to do. Yeah. Okay, so elementary school went good. So during the elementary time, which would be that's the age from
like 5 to
from 5 to 10.
Yeah, something like that. About 5
so the 5 to 10 age, how was growing up in the Gardens at that point? Did you?
Oh man, we had a blast. We had fun. There was a lot of people who came through. Who used to live in the Gardens, and we go outside and we play. Man, we be outside all day.
Okay.
All day.
I find it so funny, and I have my own experience with this too. And I know that I told somebody, sometimes we don't realize. I'm going to use the word poverty because that's just what the U.S. government considers it. Sometimes we don't realize our lack of until we order and be like, oh, that's why we...
Yeah, but it to be honest with you, bro, like it was more like an apartment complex.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Okay.
Like we all just lived in apartments. It wasn't we was living in the ghetto or something like that.
I won't call it ghetto, but
now as I've gotten older, to be honest with you, it really got really bad in the Gardens when I was like in college. That's when stuff got real bad.
That's the thing. And so What years we talking? I don't even want to give you an age up.
Oh, no, okay. I don't mind.
So, but what years are we talking during elementary time? This the mid 90s?
Yeah, this what 88 to what like about 94, 95, something like that. Oh,
so you really was in the garden doing the whole.
I've lived in the gardens all my life. My mother still lives there.
But I'm saying that era was the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just call that.
All of them, they coming through.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that the get money era.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of this.
Get money.
Okay. So you know, middle school. You know, you growing up in the gardens. You having a good time. Because one thing I say about the gardens is, you get into whatever you want to get into. If you choose to not get in trouble, you can not get in trouble. If you choose to do whatever you want to do, you can also do that. Whatever concern. Okay, so
the one thing that I know about the gardens is that you got all kind of people that's coming in there. And to be honest, which is really not the people that live there. It's the company. True. It's always the company.
That's very true. Shout out G-Fo. I spent some time there myself. I never lived there, but I have a lot of church members, just friends that live there. Okay, so we get to middle school. So if you went to G4, you probably went to Clark. Okay, you went to Clark. So did you enjoy? So did you have Miss McLendon? Miss McLendon is a common thing.
Yeah, Miss McLendon. Honest algebra. Okay. Honest algebra 2. Okay. Yes, I had Miss McLendon. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had Miss McLendon for pre-algebra.
We was that's just right. Yeah, pre-algebra.
No, you probably have it for algebra 1 if you was in the honors class.
Yeah, well, no, I had algebra 2 when we was over there. Yeah, 8th grade.
Brains.
Yeah.
Okay. So in middle school, you still reading a lot, still on focus, good kid.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, my older sister, she lived in New York. She lived in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And my summers were always filled with me going off.
Okay.
When I was younger, I played a lot of softball, especially around here in Orangeburg.
Okay.
So if I wasn't going and doing something with softball in the summertime, the beginning part of the summertime, then I would dip off and go like Ohio, I go New York, Connecticut, be in DC, the DMV area.
Oh, yeah, family in Connecticut?
Yeah.
I spent all my summers in Connecticut.
Okay, so I'm in Stanford, right off from the WWF building.
I spent all my summers in Bridgeport.
In Bridgeport.
in Bridgeport and Stratford. That's where I spent most of my summers. Yeah. Until you got to high school, because the high school you have to make a decision. When you playing sports, you can't go for the summers.
And see, I was on the band and I played basketball.
Yeah, so when you get to high school, you can't. Yeah. I spent that's crazy. Yeah, I spent most of. I know exactly what I said because it's right off 95. Yeah. WWE building. Okay, so that's what's up. Okay, so you playing softball. Were you a pretty good softball player?
Oh yeah, they poached me. They poached me right after All Stars. When I was my summer year going into my 7th grade. So I played varsity softball at OW from the 7th grade until I graduated. I got 6 years in.
Wow.
Yeah, with them.
Wow. So you really was balling.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was your experience? Because we all since we at OW, we gonna give like a 10-second moment of silence for the everybody's aware of the act that's happened. I don't think we should blame anyone. I think it's just what's wrong with you? It is a segregated incident that happened.
Yeah, that happened.
It just happened to happen at the school. I hate to.
I don't like when people do that. Things happen everywhere.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And it just seems like they'll pick the opportune places where they know, you know what I'm saying, something might be able to go off.
Yeah. And they want to push it. And I don't like that. So guys, we're gonna give for the kids who got injured, you gonna give them a 10-second moment of silence. So all those from Bruin Nation, let's give them a 10-second moment of silence for what happened at OW. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get because like Mayor Candidate Paige was saying, and that makes sure we put some respect on her name. Mayor Candidate Paige was saying, we don't want that to be a representation of Orangeburg. Things happen everywhere. And I hate when people use that. You pick the nicest area in America. Things happen. Just situations happen.
Always do.
Situations happen. So, how was your experience at OW?
Oh man, We had fun. You gotta understand, like,
okay.
I've been going to OW like all my life because I got older brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So
and you're right there.
Yeah, and I'm right there. And we, you know what I'm saying, summertime we breaking OW, play ball. You know, I get extra books and stuff like that. So OW to me, man, was fun. And you gotta consider also I played sports and I was on the band. So like that 7th grade year I went over for softball, but the 8th grade year I went over for basketball and band.
Okay.
So yeah, and band was lit. Like I ain't even gonna front. Band kids had a lot of fun.
Yeah, cause y'all did a whole summer. Cause I played football, so y'all did the whole time we did.
We be out there before you guys. Yeah. That's when I was there when Mr. Mac was leaving out, and the transition went from Mr. Mac to Mr. Z. Mr. Yeah.
What year did you graduate OW?
I graduated in 01.
Oh, that's why I'm like, man. See, when I got OW, I didn't know Mr. Z was even had nothing to do with band.
Yeah,
period.
And he had what, Mr. Hinton, Mr.
I remember Mr. Hinton.
Mr. Singleton. He had Terry.
Okay.
He had a lot of people with the band.
Okay. So that's good. Okay, so we do the band. You enjoy it. You doing band and softball.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to did you get any scholarships as far as band and softball?
Well, actually, so that's a funny story.
Okay.
I had a full ride to go down to Florida to the Johnson & Wales there. Nobody knew it.
Okay.
It was for cooking.
Okay.
So I've been cooking for a long time, but in school I was known for math and science.
Okay.
And I had a lot of scholarship offers for softball.
Okay.
But my mom didn't want me to go to Miami. She didn't want me to go down there. So the next best thing was science, and I had a full ride to Claflin, or I had this biology scholarship at Johnson C. Smith. And so I went up one weekend. I went to Johnson C. Smith. I moved, I was messing around or whatever. And I was like, nah, I wanna go to Smith because it was small. It was small, but it was still big. But it was in a big city.
And it's away.
Yeah, and it's away. Before Charlotte became like what it is now. Because even when we were in high school and stuff like that, we would go up there to UNCC and go to the basketball camps up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I had a lot of scholarships and stuff, especially for softball and for basketball, because my junior year we won the championship.
Y'all did. Let me tell you something, guys. If y'all don't know, Orangeburg, I think they call it the Bruinettes.
Yeah.
Orangeburg Bruinettes, hands down, has got to be one of the best basketball programs. Forget state. State is unquestioned. One of the best. I think one of the best female basketball programs in the country, in my opinion. But I know for sure the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, state of South Carolina.
Because they produce talent after talent. They always go in the championship. Because if you go into a W, all you see is Brunette championship all the way from the Durham, like 80s or 70s, all the way to the 2000s.
Yeah.
And if they didn't win, was in the championship game.
Or either at least the region.
At least the region.
Yeah, at least the region. So I parlayed that biology scholarship into a full academic and an athletic scholarship.
Okay.
So I walked for basketball.
Okay.
At Johnson C. Smith, but then my volleyball coach was a softball coach as well.
Okay.
So I got offered a softball scholarship out of the gate. But what actually attracted me to Johnson C. Smith, aside from the biology scholarship, was that I had a band scholarship because I marched the sousaphone.
Well,
the big horn, the rapping horn. Yeah, I was busy, man. I stayed busy. I always stay. I'm one of those people. I don't like idle time.
Okay, you want to.
All your
time is accounted for.
Yeah, I gotta do something. I have to do something because even when I was in high school and stuff, after practices and all that stuff,
do something else.
I went to work at night. I used to work at Burger King and at Sonic, so I worked the third shift.
Yeah, I worked at Sonic too.
You worked at Sonic too?
I worked at Sonic too. I am a Sonic alum. Shout out to Sonic. All the Sonics alum out there.
Yeah. Sonic. I still, I dibble dabble around there a little bit. Gotta get my ocean water.
Shout out to so you probably working there. Shout out to Josie.
Josie and Nikki and Troy.
Yeah,
we was in the back. That was a cook.
I was in the back.
Shorty, bro.
I didn't stop working the
Sheldon. Thank you, Sheldon. Yeah.
Shout out to Sonic. It's crazy. Hey, guy, I got 2 days to come with the mayor. Well, the future mayor, we're going to speak it into existence.
Yes.
If we can't speak it into existence, you guys got to go out there and vote. Connecticut and Sonic. Okay, so John T. Smith, you did your whole 4 years there?
Yeah. Actually, I did a double major minor in 4 years.
So what you
no summer school.
So what'd you get your degree in?
biology and chemistry, minor in mathematics.
Okay, so guys, hey, you know what I love to hear this?
What?
So, I think now, because you guys know, we jumping at Paige Waymer for mayor. The thing I like about it is that now they cannot hold education as a crutch, because you know they'll try it.
Yeah, they always try, but
they will try it.
What you fail to realize is that I've always kind of been like an explorer. Okay. So like, you know, you go to college with people and they be like, man, they ain't show me nothing. I ain't get. Nah, it wasn't like that for me, because I always knew, like, going into college is a networking experience.
It is.
That's what it's for. That's what
it is.
I mean, you're supposed to go and get your education and stuff like that.
Correct.
But you're also supposed to learn how to network and how to build those connections, because when you get out of college, that's what's important.
Correct.
Those connections and those networks. So I tutored a lot of kids when I was in college.
Wow.
But their grades were way better than mine.
How?
I had a lot that I was doing. You gotta understand, like, I played 4 sports when I was in college, and I worked. Okay. And I was doing research on top of that. So like, even my scholarship, I flipped my scholarship into being able to pay me to go to school. And I lived off that money. But then also living off that money, I got me another job so that I can help send money back home to my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I went to school for free, and I got school to pay me to go to school.
That's called being responsible, I think.
Well, of course, you gotta know how to flip the system. Like, I tell people all the time, you can't change something if you want to always stand on the outside and just complain. You gotta understand how networks work.
That definitely is networking.
Mm-hmm.
So you graduate. So when you graduate, before you graduate, what were you thinking? Like, what did you want to do? A teacher? Did you want to go strictly research?
No.
What was your plan?
Well, the lane that I'm in now is always pretty much what I was going to be in.
And what
I'm in healthcare and in research.
Okay.
Yeah. The object for me was, I was in the sciences and I didn't want to be a science teacher, but when I first got out of college, I actually wanted to be a science teacher, like a high school science and math teacher, and I couldn't get a job.
Why not?
In CMS, like, I don't know what it was. They kept saying they needed, people in the math and sciences. I couldn't get hired. So I actually started off being a behavioral counselor down in Rock Hill.
Okay.
And then I went from that. I still had my job in the mall, like Nestle Toll House. I was the manager there in the mall. So if you go to South Park Mall, yeah, I helped build that up. Nestle Toll House, the Auntie Anne's there, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And then I worked with the disabled, handicapped, disabled people. So I did a lot of that stuff first. I had a lot of jobs kind of around what I went to school with, but not necessarily in my area.
What most people end up doing.
Right. And then just a chance meeting one day, because I always used to ride around with my resumes in the trunk of my car, and I still do to this day.
You ain't playing.
And I went to go visit one of my friends at work. She worked at a car rental place, and a lady that was there, she actually worked in the HR, and we just sparked up a conversation. And I was talking to her, and I was like, "Well, I'm trying to get on at the hospital. That's what I'm trying to do." And she was like, "For real?" I was like, "Yeah, I got my resume." I gave her my resume. That happened on a Thursday. She called me on a Tuesday. I had the interview that following Thursday. I had the job that Friday. And it's been up ever since then.
That's faith. Mm-hmm. You can't mess with faith.
No.
Okay, so you did start working, and this job is where?
This is in Charlotte, at Carolina's Medical.
In Charlotte.
Yeah, at the hospital.
Okay, so you do that, you're making a career.
Mm-hmm.
What says? Because it is a big jump from going from Charlotte to Orangeburg. What happened, or what set of circumstances made you say, you know what, I'm gonna come on back to Orangeburg?
I was always gonna come back to Orangeburg, man. Like, that was never a question. Now the problem with it was, I never thought I was gonna come back this early. Because I never thought Orangeburg would be like this. And to be honest, you can watch certain things and see where the tide will change.
Correct.
And when I was in college at Johnson C. Smith,
you gotta hit the live.
Oh no, I ain't started yet. I ain't started because I gotta figure out a way to adjust it. I'm gonna get you in there too, man. But like coming down, I would spend homecomings here in Orangeburg. Like, I only went to one homecoming for my school.
State or the
state?
Okay.
So, like, when I kind of saw the decline of the homecomings when I was at state, I kind of knew Orangeburg was changing. It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I graduated from college and I saw how the homecomings and stuff was, and then I started to see how Roosevelt Gardens.
Correct.
That's how I knew things were different because.
So what year would that be?
That's like from 01 to 2005, 2006.
Okay.
That's when I really saw like the decline.
Yes, cause 2005. That's actually my year.
Yeah, man.
And that's definitely when it changed. Cause 2005. That's when I was That's doing my
your time.
My time. Cause I graduated 2005.
Okay. Yeah. So you're like 4 years behind me.
Yeah, I graduated 2005. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you come back because homecomings did change.
Yeah, they changed a lot.
Homecomings did change.
Homecomings changed.
Okay, so you see the homecomings change, and then you say,
"Man, it's a lot going on in the Burg."
Too much on me.
It's a lot changing in the Burg, and then I started coming back home and talking to the kids and stuff, and then I saw the change in the students and stuff that was
okay.
And then I had a conversation because I have a couple cousins and stuff that sit on education boards around
okay.
it. And then the education board started changing. It's just
correct.
when you involve and you see and you pay attention and you know what's going on, like you can see the changes. You can see where things are not going right. And then I don't know what it is, but for Orangeburg, even like if you look at the clubs, you can actually see how stuff changes. You can always see a climate change if you pay attention to the right things.
You're right. So let me ask you a question. So we're going to jump around. Okay, so we go from that. So we noticed the changes. Mm-hmm. What made Paige say, I think I want to run for mayor?
I've been saying that. Okay, so you got to get a good understanding of this. So I was a busy kid when I was in school. And especially in middle school, I sold a lot of candy.
Okay.
And
shout out to the candy kids. I was a candy seller too.
Yeah. Oh well.
I was a candy.
I think I could go down in Bennett history as the queen of that. I can still tell you right now to this day how much money I made to the cent. I
can't say that.
Yeah, I can tell you that I didn't have a regular book bag. I had a duffel bag, and people knew if they caught me at certain times in the day, they would get certain things. So in the mornings, you can get honey buns. You get honey buns, you get juices, you get stuff like that. During the day, I mean, I'm selling full Kit Kat, sneakers, all that stuff. Okay. And my 8th grade year, my sister, my second oldest sister, Marie, she had a friend, Carla Smoke. She came to Bennett my 7th grade year. 6th grade year, she was a teacher. You know, they do their little pre-step stuff.
Yep.
And she would always see me like sitting outside of my class. She was like, "Why you always?" I was like, "Cause they always kicking me out because I'm talking and whatever." And we would talk. You know, we would talk a lot. And my 8th grade year, I changed my mind about a whole bunch of stuff that I was doing because Ms. Riley set up this task force to kind of stop me from selling candy. Yep. And I was like, man, it got to be something better around here, whatever. So I decided to run for the president my 7th grade year. You know, I was going to be class president. And towards the end, I was like, I kind of like stuff like this. Like, I like government. And when I got to the 9th grade, I was like, man, I'm going to be the mayor of the Burg, man. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, that was a goal for me.
Ever since 7th, 8th grade?
Yeah, I was going to run for the mayor of Orangeburg. But I never thought that I would be back home this early.
That's early, okay.
Yeah, I figured I would come back here a little bit later, but I felt like I never left Orangeburg.
Because you always come home.
I would always come home. I would come home to party, to chill, to do different things. And I just saw a lot of change, and especially with my mom living in the gardens.
Okay.
You know, I come home and I want to sleep, and I hear gunshots, and you know, it feel like somebody got a range out there or something like that.
I feel.
So I set my career up so that I could get experience real fast.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wanted to leave, it wouldn't be a problem because I could come to South Carolina and I would have enough experience here to get the kind of job that I want.
Okay, and you did that.
And I did that.
So, okay, I definitely understand that. So, at what point? So I know you did that. So,
Mm-hmm.
when did you? At what? Like, I really want to know. Like, what does it take to run for mayor? Like I said, do you go to say, you know what, I want to run for mayor?
No.
I'm going to put some signs up. Do you got to go sign something downtown? What's that process?
Well, you do have to sign up. You have to go through the government.
Okay.
You have a fee that you have to pay.
Okay.
And pretty much after you do your paperwork and you pay your fee,
you just go.
You can go. And before I even started in this run, we had 3 council seats that were up this year.
Mm-hmm.
District 1, 3, and 5, all the odd years, and the mayor seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to get people to, be aware that we had those seats. Nobody from any of those districts ran. So we got the same city council, and in the last couple years, we've only had one seat flip, and that was from Dr. Kalu.
Okay. Do you feel as though, and that's why I'm glad we're doing this interview, I have my audience, Marvinsportsandlife, Paige, you have your audience, all our demographic is mainly young.
Right. Well,
we have older demographic too, but my thing is that, I'm targeting the younger demographic on purpose. And when I say young, I don't want to feel. When I say young, I'm talking.
We young.
We young. I'm talking. I'm talking 35 and under. Because
Okay.
I don't think that we get out enough 35 and under. Because older people, they do their thing. Yeah. I don't think 35 and I'm gonna say not 30. I'm gonna say 40 and under. Mm-hmm. I don't think they do out and vote the local elections as they should.
They don't. And they don't seem to understand. People think that when you say vote, it always has to do with like the president and this. Like
that doesn't affect.
I really hope that even after this whole Trump thing and Biden thing, all this stuff, that people understand like it's way deeper than just presidential elections.
Yes.
That means something, but that's not the most important thing when it comes to voting you. It's always on the local and the state level.
Correct.
Because those are things that directly affect you.
Affect change.
Yep.
So that's it. We going. That's it. Cause I know all of my friends. That's 5,000 friends. That's turnout. All of your friends and followers and supporters.
Right.
So that to say, I say okay. Paige, the win mayor, this right now, this is your spiel. This is you talking to the people.
Yeah.
This is you letting the people know what you want to do. What are the things we got going on? Because you're from the birth.
Yeah.
What are the things that you want to change, and what changes you think are actually possible, and to what changes would be more like long-term goals?
Okay, so it took me 10 years. This has been 10 years of me in the making.
Okay.
I didn't wake up. Of course, I had a dream when I was, younger, be mayor. But the work that I put in has been 10 years.
Okay.
The last 2 years, I kind of created this ecosystem. Like every place runs on an ecosystem.
Correct.
And we have important components within that. If that slacks, then that messes up the whole community.
Correct.
So around here, if you don't pay attention, we have retirees, we have small businesses, that's what the railroad corner is made of, and the downtown was correct, and education, because whether we acknowledge it or we understand it, Orangeburg is a powerhouse, especially in the HBC community. Having 2 HBCUs here, and you have a technical school, and then if you look countywide, we have 3 HBCUs and 2 technical colleges. And
one technical school that produces, I think you got people all over from the state, but move to Orangeburg just to go to OC Tech to get that nursing degree, and then they leave.
Right, and see, and that in itself is a problem as well. So, for me, the first and foremost is education.
Okay.
And I say that because we're having a drop off of kids that actually want to participate in school.
Okay.
Because they don't see the point in school. We go to school and they push these professional careers and stuff off on the kids, and what teachers fail to realize is that not only do you need professionals, but you also need skilled people as well.
Skilled labor.
You need skilled laborers, and they don't see the correlation in that.
Yes.
And when I was in school, like I remember this because I did it in Miss McGlinden's class. That's why I remember it so vividly. We did the little surveys or whatever, and we had to declare a major before we went over to OW.
Wow.
And so when I went to OW, when I was in her class, I wanted to do business. I actually thought I was going to be in like real estate, sell commercial businesses and stuff like that. But I went there, was in FBLA, was doing the whole thing, and then my science and math skills are they're good. Like, without me even trying, they're good. And Derek James, Mr. James, I got in his science club just because I wanted to go on the trips to Carowinds that we would take every year. But I ended up really liking it, and I ended up really liking youth and government.
Let's be honest.
Because youth and government would take trips as well, but we would leave on Thursday. It'd be like a 3-4 day trip that we would go to Columbia, and we would implement, things that we saw. Like, it was like we were doing the government. Kids doing the government. So I understand education in the sense that I know what it bridges. And I know that if these kids can go to school and they can, by the 10th grade, be working towards their trade or what they actually want to do professionally.
I agree with you.
Because there's no reason why we don't have a bridge program that's set up for both. I mean, okay, I get it. You allow 30 kids to go to tech for free or this, that, and the third, but it wasn't a cap.
They just starting that.
Yeah. Kids should be able, when they leave from high school,
to go to workforce.
To go into the workforce. Because that's what most of them they don't see it. If you get them to see it, it makes it different. Like, bro, you ain't gotta sell no drugs or this, that, and the third, and have money. A good And what people fail to realize as well is that when you work, you exposed to so many people. Like, hearing people talk about, hey man, I'm gonna use my PTO to go this place or to do that, or they get exposed to different people and different things.
The lifestyle.
Yeah, because I learned a lot when I used to work, man, especially being around people and understanding like that whole work and play thing.
Yeah, because what I don't understand is, and I'm glad you said it, because when I spent my summers in Connecticut, like a lot of these kids, I have like a set of friends up there. What happens is, like, when I leave 8th grade, I'm not going to a W. They have that option too, but they also have like schools that you can test into. And like, it was like Bullet Haven, I think it was Bullet Haven, different schools. And what happens is, like, those are skilled schools. You get to be a computer engineer, an electrician, a beautician, a barber, a plumber.
Right, and see, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, there should be no reason for when they graduate from high school, they are
be licensed.
A license, correct? Because when I left from school, I had the option to be a CNA, be certified CNA. We had things like that, and it was growing. And for some reason,
I think
it's
I gotta push back on that. I think it's more so, and I think it more so is catered to female trades, because Colbeck had CNA. When I left, you could be a CNA or you could even be a beautician, certified. Well, you gotta take the test, of course, but those are the only two things I know they certified.
I remember they had auto mechanics.
Could you be certified? You still had to go.
Well, I don't know if it was certified or if it wasn't for those, because I wouldn't really.
But that thing is made. You can look into.
Yeah, I can look into that. But I do know they had the engineering program up there at Tech as well. And then for some reason they separated the kids, and to me that's where the problem lies.
Yep.
They should not have separated the kids. I understand what they were trying to do with the health sciences school, but what you created was sort of kind of like a elitist system. And that's where you get the drop. Because I go and I talk to those kids, and most of those kids don't want to do health sciences. A lot of kids in there want to do music. When I used to go in there,
they just have to go in there because their parents
say that's where they need to go.
I'm going to watch my words.
Nah. Just real conversation though.
But some of it is good. But I think that same program could have been at COVID.
But it should have been at COVID.
It makes it look like it is like a form of elitism.
Yeah, it is. But see, the thing about that school, to be honest with you, is if we're gonna have a health and science school, when those kids leave from that school, they should be doing like at least 2 to 3 years in college, because they should be leaving from the health sciences school with trades as well. Like there's also trades in that area as well, like where they don't have to go to college.
You should be leaving with your phlebotomist certification,
phlebotomy, you got
even LPN. Because I don't say RN, but all the female students today should be leaving with LPN. LPN like
but why does it just have to be female? Like, do you know?
No, I'm saying not female. I'm going to say anybody in the nursing program at the health sciences should leave there with an LPN.
Yeah, at least with that type of certification, or be able to get into the program.
Correct.
Yeah. Those kids should be leaving and being able to go directly into the program.
I didn't mean to say females, because males.
Yeah, because males make a lot of money.
And actually, right or wrong, a lot of females I know that tell me, and males know, male nurses make more, because what happens is with male nurses, they ask them to do more like pick up patients that they would have to pay another CNA or two to do. But okay, so I see you already got me sold with the education.
But okay, so if you get the kids to focus in on that type of, because like Eau Claire, they have the CDL program up there, and then we always talk about financial literacy. You know, teaching our kids the value of $1 and this, that, and the third, and they got to buy Jordans and all this other stuff. Correct. In Durham, Hillside, the high school there, they have a bank there that the kids actually control. That's teaching financial literacy. That's getting kids that want to be in accounting and in business and in marketing and those. That's getting them involved, and they run it.
And why can't we have?
We can have the same thing here.
How many more kids you can have to come to school if you tell them, if they know they got to come to school they can leave high school with a CDL?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm like, even just on the road.
I mean, working in banking, working in health,
machinists.
Yeah, all of that
electrician.
Stuff. Especially electricians. Like, I push for a lot of my homeboys to go and do electrician work or to be a plumber. Because, like, a lot of people don't even know, man, plumbers can make like $25 an hour and better.
I know. I had to pay a plumber an outrageous amount of money to come do a job. Okay, so your education.
Yeah, because the whole place is built on education. So if we can get the right education in the school systems, that sets it up for the colleges as well, because we can build bridge programs. Like, there's no reason why no kid in Orangeburg can't go to South Carolina State, Cleveland, or OC Tech for free.
But see, I'm with you, and see, I'm with you on that, because I honestly think, this is my personal opinion, I honestly think that academics I think they get all the money. I think they get all the push. I don't think the skilled laborers, just get forgot about.
They do.
I think they'll push for those kids, but I don't think they push for like the.
But they push for our kids to be able to do applications, and they don't even teach them that.
How to do applications?
They don't even teach them that. Yeah, they don't even teach them that well now, man. For real, I'm just being honest with you. And yes, I did have a resume when I was in high school. Because I had workforce.
I learned how to do a resume. But you know what? I learned how to do a resume because I had parents who.
But they actually we had that
resume.
We had a class in my English class. We actually had to do that, like in school. Like it's like simple.
And that's not blaming the teachers.
No, we're not blaming the teachers.
We're blaming the curriculum. Allowed it for the program, because a lot of teachers, I've heard this personally, teachers I know personally, that they get upset because they are required to teach a test.
Right.
They're not required to teach learning. They are required to teach a test.
What people fail to realize is that these are standardized tests that are not based off of our actual
of course not.
Learning
of course
processes.
Not. Of course not.
You know what I'm saying?
We have to be behind the curve on that.
Always.
We have to be behind the curve on that.
And I'm be honest with you, I'm not the best standardized test taker there is, but I've always been one of these people. And this is why when I was in college, everybody made better grades than me. But they could not outdo me in the laboratory. I know how to do stuff.
Okay.
You show me something, I can do it. I know the concept. I know how to, show you how to do it. I know how to explain to you why it's this. That. Okay. But if you want me to just memorize something in a book,
can't do it.
I can't. That's just not my thing.
Can't do it. Okay.
Yeah. So education is big and foremost, and then on top of that, the small businesses around, because a lot of people around here actually want to have businesses, but we have to create a community that supports the businesses, which means that we have to get enough stuff in here to keep our dollars flowing in Orangeburg. Like the dollars should turn around in Orangeburg at least 3 to 4 times before it leaves out. And I'm saying at least just at the bare minimum.
So I'm gonna ask the number one question I know the Orangeburg people want. And this is so simple. It's not about jobs. It's not about education. You know what they want? Tell me what you think the number one thing people in Orangeburg want.
Something to do.
Something to do, and number one, restaurants.
Oh yeah,
I hear that.
Restaurant.
Restaurant.
But okay, so that's a cool thing because I have experience with that. I lived in a restaurant town, so when I was getting my skills set up before I came here, I lived in Chattanooga. That was my last stop.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yep.
Chattanooga, Tennessee is known for their restaurants. They're a restaurant town. That's what they decided to give themselves towards. And trust me, it's some great cuisine out there. Okay. And they have a great small business community that's based around that type of stuff. Because that's what they want to go into. And it's not you eating the same thing or none of that stuff like that. It's different things. But how they flipped it is that they got a minor league team to come in, and they also got a power company to come in. And see, this is the power of having businesses that actually support the community. Okay. The power company enables everybody in the city to have free internet. So if you lived in Chattanooga, you didn't have to pay for internet services because the power company invested back into the city, and they invested in the minor league team, they invested in the infrastructure, and they also invested in the healthcare around there as well. So like one of the best things about living in Chattanooga, I didn't really need to buy like internet and all that other stuff because they gave it to everybody for free if you lived in the city.
That's different. Shout out,
but that's also knowing that you have the power, because the people who sit at the tables for the city council and all that other stuff, they make that happen. You have to require these places that come in here to invest in the city. It's one thing where they come in and they bring jobs, because most places that hey, I'm bringing a job. No, okay, bring a job. That's cool, but can you invest in the education around here? Can you invest in the infrastructure around here? Maybe some businesses. Like, you can require that of those places when they come here. Yeah. You just don't want places to come or be close and you get that kickback for people that live in the city to be able to drive there, to go there, and that's enough. I had a conversation with someone and they were like, yeah, Volvo came here and they offered up 4,000 jobs, to the city or whatever. Volvo could have actually came into Orangeburg, but because it's so close to Orangeburg, they offered kickbacks to the city, monetary wise, and they decided to, hey, we give you guys we're bringing 4,000 jobs and give y'all first dibs or whatever. But the test, most people don't even realize, and the kids don't realize, you gotta take a test and you gotta score a certain thing. What is it, work keys?
Yeah, work keys. Let me tell you something, guys. I tell you, any job that pays you up, any job that's paying on $15 an hour, you have to take a test. Not all. Well, I'm gonna call it non-degree. Even some jobs with degree, but non-degree jobs that's paying good, like the Volvo, Mercedes, even a company in Orangeburg. I'm not gonna mention, but you have to.
I don't understand why people. Well, I do. Everybody's math skills are not gonna be, awesome. But I think if you know how to flip a bird, you should know fractions and percents. You should know money. Like, you can't sell me a bag. You can't sell me some weed. You can't tell me what an eighth of weed gonna cost, but you don't know how to do fractions. Or you don't know how to, tell time on a regular. Like, it's certain things that you could correlate all this stuff to.
To street things.
Yeah, the street thing. Because we got to be honest with ourselves as well. We lived in a street culture all our lives around here in Orangeburg.
Correct.
And to be honest with you, a lot of stuff around here changed once they decided to get a lot of these dope boys and stuff up off of here.
Correct.
You know, I came up through the Poppy Johnson era.
But after those guys, a lot of them guys is capped. A lot of them guys, they never smell a brick.
Well, no, they didn't. But I mean, I really know like OGs who really was investing in stuff around and doing stuff around.
They were very, but those guys were. This thing about those guys, I think people realize those guys actually were smart.
Yeah, they were.
But
the understudies were not.
Yes. No. That generation didn't continue.
No.
So that time I say it might have been 20 of those guys. It left from 20 of those guys to then maybe 3 guys like that. Mm-hmm. So now maybe 1 guy like that.
Yeah, but you also had those guys that invested in the city.
Correct.
And
so you wanted more.
Yeah, you want more. Like it's the same thing like when you hear professional athletes and people like that talk like, yo man, like, you know, the OGs, they saw me going off this way, they straighten me back. Like, we don't have, you can't even tell a kid
they say keep going wrong.
Now, you can't even correct them the slight way. I seen a kid, I promise you, like maybe 3 weeks ago, my neighbor came out and was straightening him up because he plays with her son. Okay. And her son was standing right there, and you know his friend told his mother, he was like, "Get my gun and I'm gonna shoot you." He's like, "I got my gun, I'm gonna go shoot." I'm like, bro, like you like 15, and you gonna tell this lady you gonna get the gun and shoot her because she's straightening you up? She telling you something right. And
the fact that they think it was okay
to do something like that. And he's still chilling with him. I'm like, bro, you couldn't, like, for real, like, if that was me, like, he probably wouldn't have no teeth in his mouth. You tell my mom something like that?
We can't.
That's crazy.
We can't. I'm like,
crazy.
Well, we can't do it because then at that point, you have to show that now you are allowing disrespect.
Yeah, you are allowing disrespect. So I feel as though we handle education and invest in that comes with a lot of opportunity as well, especially with the universities, because people don't understand a lot of our economy around here as well is based off of these schools. Yeah. Like people have jobs there. You know what I'm saying? People come in for that. And then that also trickles down into the small businesses, whereas if we create an ecosystem or a community that invests in the small businesses around here, we can also create kickbacks and things for them as well. Yeah. Incentives for them as well.
To do things.
To do things. And then requiring criminal justice reform, stuff around here, you know, decriminalizing certain things around here. Yeah. Because I'm sure a lot of people would rather have a ticket than to have a record. And
that's very true.
Yeah, and to help the guys around here clean and expunge the records and put them in work studies, you know what I'm saying, and skill programs to help them better themselves. And to also look at affordable housing. I know they're going to expand, you know, housing and stuff up there on 601, but
I saw that.
That's, I mean, if they already are building houses that are over 150,000 and the high 150,000s, like people around here don't have the jobs around here to live in those types of homes.
You don't think so?
Not to afford them, no, I don't. Look at the jobs that you have around here, then look at
how much
in the high 150s, and that's just over on that side. Okay. Because we have high 300s, 200s, all of that stuff.
I don't think it's meant for them to live in.
It's not. It's not meant for them to live in there, dude. That's what I'm telling you, man. Like,
it's not.
So, alright, so I had this conversation, and I always talk about this, and it may seem crazy or whatever, but it's actually realistic in the community that we live in. See those Habitat for Humanity homes?
Yep.
They're cool. You can build communities that start off in the price range, let's do $75,000 to $110,000. That's affordable for people around here.
It is.
Even in those factory jobs and stuff. That creates a sense of ownership. Okay. You put, you know, a clubhouse in there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Make them feel like they're a part of something, like they're buying something, like they're getting something. Yeah. Build communities like that, and then step it up. The next community, we're gonna start from 120. Then we're gonna go to the high 150s, 170s. You create stepping stones. You create a place for people to want to achieve and to own and to prosper. Okay. And that builds community. They did that that's what they were doing back in the day, like when the veterans and stuff were coming back from the wars and stuff like that. They were building affordable housing, even though they were kicking us out. We couldn't afford those. You know, they wasn't offering it to us. No. You know, I mean, Watts and Compton, they were white settlements. They weren't for black. They started off that way.
And we moved in the 70s. Well, late 60s, 70s with the Great Migration.
And then.
But it's kind of hard. Like but what you don't you agree? I try to look at myself as a realist.
Oh, trust.
Don't you think it's kind of hard to build a house for? What would you think affordable housing cost would be?
Everything's high now.
Well, I think
everything's high now because of the recession and all that stuff. Yeah.
For a house to sell for let's say 100,000.
We have those houses that are selling for that right now.
Yeah, we have it, but it's gonna be
It's gonna be what?
It's most likely gonna be a very small house outside the city limits.
It's a single family home, and actually, no, you haven't. Yeah, I don't want to say, but you know, I bought a couple of homes around here for like 40, 30, like brick homes, nice homes.
When?
Older homes that were built like 50s and 60s.
No, I'm talking about this recently.
Yeah, recently.
Well, let me.
You watch the housing market because I do.
Right. The housing market is there.
It tells you exactly what you need to know about where you at.
Well, let me change it. Let me change my thing. For the most people that live in those situations, okay, let me change in those working conditions. In order for a bank to finance those kind of houses, that those people, the loans that they were qualified for, they have to get these houses that can't have it have to be like inspection 100%.
Every house has to be inspected.
Have to be inspected, but for the houses that I'm talking to the demographic.
So how much you think them little houses cost over there on Kings Road to build?
Them apartments or the little?
No, the houses.
To build are what they're selling for.
No, to build.
To build. But those are Habitat for Humanity houses.
Exactly. So you can't make a community. You can't.
You can.
Exactly.
You can.
So I'm saying you can't get those type of houses.
You can. But the thing I don't like about Habitat for Humanity, man, to get one of them houses, you got to. You got to do community service. I think that part is good.
Yeah.
I think that part is the only part I don't like.
Because it's a non-profit organization. Yes. But
those kind of houses, I agree with you.
Yeah. Why can't we build if you really look at it, that's what the reservation is. They're the same homes.
That's exactly the reservation.
That's what was it out there off of oh man, I can't think of the name, and it is killing me right now. Down Belleville Road, all the way down Belleville. What's the housing settlement down there?
Oh, Bonneville?
Yeah. No, not Bonneville. Way down, past all of that. What's all of it?
I can't.
What's the name of the?
On the right hand side.
Yeah, on the right hand side. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The houses down there.
Correct.
It's the same thing, except for those. Okay, we can't do brick now.
Yeah, but we can do panel siding.
Yeah, we do panel siding.
Okay, I agree with that. I do think those houses will be needed, and I think with that it'll help more people can see that they can.
Right off of 601, right across from the Cricket, those houses that they built over there as well, because they're part of an organization as well.
They have that, man.
Yeah, those brick houses that they built right there. I mean, they look like. They look like project homes to me, but they're brick homes. They're cool. You know what I'm saying?
And it's their house.
It also kind of puts you in mind of Marshall Apartments a little bit, how the houses are built and framed up and stuff. But you can't create communities with those types of homes and stuff like that.
You can. You say like that, yeah. Like you said like that, you can.
You gotta look at the community in which you in. Mm-hmm. Those are the same houses that own Golf, Springer, all that stuff. Now you just got to tear them down and just rebuild them. I mean, that's what it is.
And change the mindset.
Okay,
so I like that talk. So, what do you think? I'm gonna ask a double-sided question.
All right.
What do you think the mayor of Orangeburg, the current mayor of Orangeburg, what do you think he has done good? I'm gonna be fair. And what do you think he is lacking? I did not give my opinion. And what do you think he is lacking as far as being the mayor of Orangeburg? Within a reason. We're not going to try to slander him.
No, I'm not going to slander the man. The strongest thing that I feel is that he's supposed to be a person of the community. If his occupation is to be a pastor,
correct,
So his parishioners are his tap to the community and what's going on. So I don't feel as though the mayor should be asking the people around here, what do you need? What do you need? Because
you should know.
You should know. You should know because you should know on two sides, because you're the mayor and you're supposed to know what the city needs and what needs to be brought here, and also because you're a preacher outside of being the mayor, and you have these parishioners here and they come to you and they tell you what their problems are, what's going on, what they need, all of that stuff.
Okay.
So he should be knowing this stuff from two sides of the playing field.
Okay.
Better than anybody else around here.
Okay.
He should know. So I feel he lacks in that area, the connection. I mean, you can pray to me all day, tell me about the Lord, whatever, but that is not going to change my situation in my home front.
Okay.
What he's done good around here, he got Oprah to come down here for when he did that I Believe I Can Fly thing with Mayor de Blasio. We should have capitalized on that. I mean, no cap, but that's it.
I would say.
Can you believe that man got Mayor de Blasio to sing I Believe I Can Fly?
I actually think
he just went to jail.
I actually believe that I actually agree with exactly what you said. My thing is that I think you should be more. But to be fair to him, I don't know him personally, but he would just be polite. Every time I've ever seen him out in public, and people address him, he's always, even with no camera, just like random like stores.
No, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
He's always been very respectful. Listen to what they said, whatever they say. I think I might see him at Cracker Barrels when they was asking him about we need some more restaurants. He was like, well, I'm trying, but he was very polite. He wasn't short or anything. So I guess that can just fall into being respectful.
But that what businesses
and it was an older lady.
Well, that's working with the commerce, with e-commerce down here as well, because they're supposed to have a tap on what franchises or what can actually come in. Like, people don't understand as well. Like, when you buy a franchise, you don't necessarily buy the you do buy the franchise, but you buy areas as well.
Correct.
So if they don't have it set up for that franchise to be in a certain area, you gotta buy that.
Correct.
It's a lot of stuff and there needs to be programs and set up things here for people to do that as well.
I agree with you.
The public lot, like, people are always talking about they need to know how to do this. Why y'all don't go to the public library and use the library? Librarians are the first people that know everything. Anything that goes on in this world, in this city, in this county, state, whatever, they know.
Do you think we just want to take advantage of? Okay, isn't that what the quote me if I'm wrong? Isn't that what the Small Business Administration is for? Or we just don't know about it? We just take advantage of the resources that
we don't take it. Well, a lot of people don't take advantage of resources. Okay. It's not just us. That's just the common theme of people. Period. There's things out there. When
I say us, I'm referring to not black. I'm referring to Orangeburg natives.
Okay. I'm referring to everybody just in general. People don't take advantage of
the resources.
They don't. And I mean, a lot of people feel as though ignorance is bliss. Some people just like to complain.
I'm with you. I did.
And I really feel as though a lot of people keep the things around here the same way, because if you change it, then they ain't got nothing to complain about.
I told somebody that I think the best thing happened. I think some older people died. And when I say that, I really believe some older people that had some power passed on away. It's power, money, and now the younger generation like.
Okay, now I can get a hold of it.
I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But I'm very agree with you on that one. Okay, so we do that. So we're gonna run.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
We're gonna goddamn vote.
Please vote.
We're gonna make it happen.
Please vote. Actually, early voting started this past Saturday.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it started this past Saturday. Absentee voting.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a community day on August 28th from 3 to 6, probably 7 o'clock. Okay. Right down at Ellis Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in the city. It's in the middle of the city, and it gives everybody an equal opportunity, same distance, whatever, to come out, whatever. So if you got a business, if you're a vendor, any of those things, I'm offering you the opportunity to come out there for free. Just bring your table, your tent. There's no charge, no nothing. It's free to you. Okay. You come out, say your stuff. We're gonna, give away some fish.
Okay, guys. And you see her linkable. So I'm also gonna share You also you can tag her in it. You can tag and see all the information. So I got a question. Do you feel as though, and it's almost like the boogeyman in the room. Do you feel as though they feel the pressure? You think they feel like this? Who is this girl Paige? Where is she coming from? And why is she on my heels?
They had 3 years to get to know me before anybody else.
Correct.
And you guys know me. Like, I talk about this stuff all the time. Like, this is nothing new. If you have a conversation with me, we could BS all day, and the conversation will eventually turn into Orangeburg, what we need to do around here, this. I do it all. I can't help it. I do it all the time.
I had an argument with somebody. First, they're from Charleston. You know what they told me? And they were like, "My God, you talking about Orangeburg like Orangeburg the best thing?" I said, "Orangeburg not the best thing, but I see potential in Orangeburg." I said, "What's going to happen is, then when people leave and they can't afford to come back,
always come back. You can always come back home. Home is always one of the most welcoming places because we know you, man, and we understand what you're trying to do with your life, and we're gonna take you in. We're gonna accept that. Okay, I mean, I got a cousin. She's left from here a few times and come back home, and she's great here home. She can prosper home, but it's that mindset, like. If you can make it in Orangeburg, people always talk about New York and Uptown. But if you can really make it in Orangeburg, you can make it anywhere, man.
You can make it. And it can be successful. I tell some people, sometimes I hate when people move, say, I move just to move. Now, if you move because of career changes and it makes sense, I'm like, okay, I get it. Right. Don't move just to move. Because, man, that move back is very humbling.
It is. And then it's almost, for some people, it's like a defeated walk. Like, you know, you gotta
move back.
Walk
especially if you live on the wrong thing. I'm out of here.
I'm better than this. No. And I get it. We got some small-minded people here, true indeed. But I feel as though we have enough here we have enough good-minded and good speakers and well-rounded people to make a difference.
I already
expose them to stuff.
I already believe so too. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not gonna lie. I came in with one expectation. You have honestly, and I think I'm gonna say this. A lot of people there's gonna be some great clips. You have honestly, I think, changed a lot of mine because I think people see that just paid for mine, bro. That just paid. Even though I don't even know if Ben Butler even from the Burg, to be honest with you.
No, he's not. Okay. He's not from the Burg.
I don't think because I think he just been here a long time. But I'm like, sometimes I think it's harder to like people like, oh, they know you. But I think now they're like, oh man, I didn't know that. Cause see, my fear was, I don't think you have to be educated to be a mayor. But I think that was a stumbling block. Dang, we can't use that against her. She know her stuff, man. We can't use that against her. Chop, 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 chop. And I love the fact that you talked about skilled trades, which I think is a very, very, very
I'm all for that though. But see, this is the thing. With the technology and stuff that we have now and how everything is so quick now, like people have to learn how to move pace with that as well.
Okay.
And when our parents and their grandparents and stuff were coming up, it was important for us to have barbers, because barbers were a dentist as well.
Correct.
To have midwives and to have doctors and nurses and all these things because stuff was segregated. But what you gotta understand is that now technology and stuff is coming in and we're moving along, so that stuff has to change.
Okay.
Like we have to be just as quick as these kids can get on their phone and find information and do certain things. We have to be able to adjust our standards of how they need to be able to get into the workforce or have the opportunities presented to them as well. We have to make that a little bit microwavable as well.
You're right, and no reason why. That's why I really appreciate OC Tech for OC Tech makes. You don't really. I have a buddy of mine who didn't be an engineer. He went to OC Tech for. Don't quote me. He's a maintenance number, but it might be called like not instrumentation, but like electrical engineering. And he makes good money.
But see, and this is one of my issues as well with like the universities and OC Tech, because I am in healthcare. We have a hospital. I don't see, well, I know you don't work in healthcare, but I don't see why that hospital cannot become a triage area as well. Because of all the stuff that we have going on around here, no, it's levels. It's levels for triage. Yeah. Like when I was in Charlotte and Carolina's Medical, we earned a certain level. Like we had a whole big cookout for the whole entire hospital. That's a really big thing. So because of all the trauma and the stuff that we have going on here, and you'll hear EMTs, they'll talk about it. There's so many different things around here that happens in the county. They get training here in Orangeburg County that they would never get other places. And so you have to be able to recognize that. So OC Tech should be, if we have a health sciences school, if we have colleges that offer, nursing programs and stuff like that, OC Tech should be having auxiliary programs as well. I should be able to go there and be a medical tech. I should be able to go there to be a histologist, like what I am. I should be able to go there to be a cytologist. I should be able to go in there and be a phlebotomist. All of these different things. And this should be a bridge program from OC Tech to the hospital, and the hospital to OC Tech, and with Claflin and with South Carolina State, because we can actually retain a lot of those people. If you invest in them, like with any of these jobs and any of these things, like there needs to be a retention program created for these people to keep them here. Hey, you go to state, you go to even with the police, right? I believe that there should be a cadet program for high school students, 11th and 12th grade, and for college students as well, because I believe that if I go to school for 4 to 6 or whatever years to work in my area, why don't cops have to do that as well?
Well, let me tell you what I do like too. Shout out to Muggsy. I already know Muggsy's real name. You know Muggsy. Shout out to Muggsy. Muggsy Pugh. I must say this.
I ran this across him too.
Okay. The thing I like about him is that he is an officer of the burg, from the burg. He don't pretend he's not from the burg. You see him, he always in the manner, doing things, giving back. I think hopefully he end up being sheriff or deputy one day. But I must admit, I don't know what it is. And sometimes I thought I'm grateful for staying in Orangeburg. There's always gonna be one or two, I call them, But I must admit, I see a lot of cops, whether it be public safety or sheriff department, that actually is from Orangeburg, and they're black cops. No offense to white cops. I'm talking about black cops.
But the black cops they do patrol and stuff around, but it makes a difference in your community when somebody is from around here. And so what I'm saying is we want to be able to, we got to invest in each other, and that's what I'm about. Investing in each other and creating a system in which we can govern ourselves in the correct manner, in the correct way. And I want to incorporate, everybody, because we have Asian, we have Latin, we have Spanish communities around here as well. I mean, there's a lot of different people. There's a lot of Africans around here as well. People don't, why can't all of us be ingratiated in making Orangeburg better and doing things?
Especially those of us who have a whole bunch of businesses who benefit the most from Orangeburg people.
Right.
But I said that conversation for another day. Especially those who very much benefits from the thing, and I don't see where they get back. I don't think some of them, this is a card off for y'all. Some of y'all don't even own a sports team.
Yeah.
That cost $400. So get back the way you take the money, get the money back too. But man, Paige, I think it's been a great interview.
This was a great interview, man. I got people out here, they watching.
Yeah.
I think my phone about to die in a little bit.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, and you know how Facebook is. For some reason, it didn't tag you in the original one, so you hit that share button on it.
Shit.
But I think everybody, y'all make sure y'all go vote.
Yeah, please vote.
When is it November?
September 14th.
Whoa.
September 14th.
That's next month.
It's coming around the bend real quick, man. And I really want people to go out and vote. And don't vote for me because you know me. Like, you just know Paige. Like, I really want you to pay attention to the stuff that I'm saying. Look at my platform. Listen to me talk. Have a conversation.
I agree with you, but I disagree with you. I agree with you, but I disagree with you.
But what you disagree with me?
They can vote for you just because they know you.
Yeah, they can. Well, yeah, because they know I'm going to do the right thing. But I want you to also be able to know what I'm about, bro.
Because other people vote for...
people just because they know him.
The other mayor, no offense to him, just because they know... He's a name they recognize.
Yeah, it is. He's definitely a name that they recognize.
So that's vote for a Bruin that we recognize.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And you know what? People always talk about, we got all this talent and stuff that went out and they in the world and this, that, and the third, and they don't come back. hey man, I got talent. I decided to come back home. I know what it is. I want us to do better. I want, you know, our kids to be able to say, hey man, I made it to my 18th, my 21st, my 25th. Like, I want to see us grow and be better. Like, I have a lot of great business ideas and things for us to do. Just not, like, everything doesn't have to be we bringing in a club or this and that. It's a lot of...
In the restaurant.
Yeah, in the restaurant.
Because the one people, I'm going to tell you, it's so crazy. If you tell them, I'm going to bring the restaurants. They're so, but my thing is, see, you got me on the skill trades. Mm-hmm. Got me on the skill trades. Somebody listening.
Oh, so if you even hear what I want to do with Hillcrest, you really love what I want to do with Hillcrest. Okay,
we're not going there yet. What do you do with Hillcrest? Because I am a sports dad.
You're a sports dad? Okay, so we got that new health. We got the new sports center right up there by the Veterans.
Let me tell you what I don't like about that. Hold that. Mm-hmm. I don't call that a new sports thing. You know what I call that? The new baseball field. Mm-hmm. Cause that's all that's there. Mm-hmm. Well, you do get a city gym, but I don't.
But who uses the city gym? Shout out to Jade Robinson, because she's one of the few people I know that uses the city gym like all the time.
Yeah, I use city gym just because I have a son to play basketball and I do a lot of things. But I'm like, why isn't there a football field in a sport complex? Why isn't there?
Well, okay, I'm gonna do you one better. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of abandoned businesses, buildings and businesses and stuff around here, right? Why don't we have a community pool? Why don't we have a community center? Why don't why is it that, you know, Hillcrest is from the HBCUs from South Carolina State, but it's neglected in the manner in which it is? They went out and they built a whole new softball. And to be honest with you, we have been trying to get Hillcrest changed and updated since, man, I gotta say at least my 6th grade year. They've been trying that when like baseball and softball was heavy around here with the black teams and stuff, and he had it in the city. My dad and you know, and a lot of other guys that were playing it, they really, really tried, because they were going out to Peasley and Adams, all that stuff, like
play softball,
do all that stuff.
I was told, if it's not true, you let me know. I was told allegedly the part of the deal is, because I think state still own Hillcrest.
Yeah, they
but do. The deal that they have with the city is that the city deal is to just upkeep it. Mm-hmm.
They pay $1
$1. But the only thing, I don't think they want to sell it. I think the city deal is that
you don't have to sell it. You don't have to sell it. But if they're paying for the upkeep and for how to be better, why isn't it better?
But I think it's just paying for just like the. Hey guys,
check out 1890. Check out the 1890.
If somebody from the city's here, please tell me. I think it's just like literally like this landscape, well, maintenance landscape. I don't know if they even allowed to. So and you be making. I don't know if they even allowed to make like huge changes. Mm-hmm. That's maybe why they built. I don't like the fact that they only built a baseball thing.
But why did South Carolina State just go ahead on and put a softball field on their own campus? Like, if they didn't want things to change, because they were using it. They used to play games.
South Carolina State got its own issues too.
They do. They have a lot of issues. Trust me. They have a lot of issues.
That's South Carolina State.
But I want to work with South Carolina State.
Because that's not really an Orangeburg issue. That's
that's the only thing. But what I'm saying to you is that you have to go down to the city, to the rec place, if you want to do something in Hillcrest. You got to fill out paperwork and stuff like that.
Correct.
I have a great idea for Hillcrest. Mm-hmm. If we're not going to be playing ball and doing that kind of stuff down there, I have a great idea for the community to be able to come out and use it, and for us to generate money, and for it to be a great thing for us to do all the time, for people not to be talking about, you know, worrying about just like a club coming here so they could go to a club or the party. Like, you getting older now, you need to have family activities, something that you can do with your family, even with your homeboys and your homegirls and stuff like that, stuff you can do, you can chill. So,
I got friends with grandkids. I'm 35. I'm 34.
Yeah, exactly. Trust me. Oh my, yeah. That's serious.
So things. I agree with you. Now I'm already thinking about it. Now you're right, because if Hillcrest.
Why can't? So I'm gonna put this out there. Why can't we take Hillcrest, right?
Be careful, I don't want nobody to steal your idea.
That's why I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, so we can just put. I know a great way to use Hillcrest for it to be for the community, for it to generate money, and for everybody. If you have even if you have a business or for something, you can come out there and you can generate money into this way. So we can leave it like that. If you see me on the streets, I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah, we're not gonna put it on public platform. Yeah, because we know y'all. Hey,
watching.
We see you.
Yeah.
We see you. But I'm glad. So September 14th, I'm gonna make sure I go out and vote. I'm going to publicly endorse Paige. You have my vote.
If anybody wants to endorse me, anything like that, just let me know. Even if you got like a shirt, business, whatever, I'll blast you. I'll put you out there. Because I understand what the small business is for our community.
Correct.
Like, even this right here for you, man, this is a big platform. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you too, man.
I appreciate you trusting me because I know, because I mean, a lot of people stopping me. You know what they told me? We're glad that you shining light. Even everybody I interview is not from Orangeburg, but you shining light on different individuals, whether it be a rapper, whether it be, I want to do more entrepreneurs, whether it's Rudy. Shout out to Rudy the barber. Yeah, Rudy, guys, I'm doing this interview in his location. He's one of the few guys that's a man of his word that let me use his location to do interviews.
He's great in the community, man.
He's on the boulevard. He's here right now.
Yeah.
Great in the community. He's been doing it. Right here on the boulevard, next to Deuce Liquor Store. You can't have it. It's To The Bone Barbershop. He's always been supportive, always showing love. Always, he's a very popular barber. Everybody in the burg know him. But he's an epitome of. He's a barber. I do a podcast. He allowed me to use his space to where we can merge both of them and it's still a bird.
Yeah,
with the future Orangeburg mayor.
Hey, we got our own shop.
Yeah. But tell the people again when to vote and where to vote.
Okay, so you can check me out on Facebook and on IG. It's Waymer for Mayor. Also, you can check me out just around. I'm always around in Orangeburg, because I frequent a lot of businesses and stuff around here. Voting is on September 14th. Please come out, vote. It's very important. Also, I'm having a community day. So if you're a vendor or if you have products, or if you want to come out and sell anything, just shoot me, information in my DMs, or contact me on my regular Facebook page, and let me know by next Friday, 9 o'clock. That's my cutoff time. Next Friday at 9 o'clock. Let me know if you want to come out, you want to sell some stuff, you want to participate. Yeah, and it's gonna be from 3 to 6 on Ellis Avenue Park. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna fry some fish, some fries, boiled peanuts, have good stuff like that. You come out. And I want to give out, hygiene bags. Everybody's doing back to school, but, I want to do hygiene bags and stuff like that for the people around here. And
this is going to be a crazy question. Where are they voting at?
Oh, well, it depends on where you live at in the city.
Your district?
Yeah, your district.
Okay, so they shut it down. That's during the day, because I know usually they had. So the school going to be out that day, or they just.
It's a voting day. I don't know if they're going to do anything around.
So guys, look where your voting district is. I know mine is at the school. Most times he's going to be at the school, the volunteer fire department. Just do the research.
Yeah. Everybody be on their phone, so it doesn't take too much for you just get on your phone and look it up.
Go see where to vote at. Wherever you voted for the presidential election,
that's where you go. Yeah.
That's where you go vote for the local elections. That's a vote. Let's get patient. That's make a difference.
Yeah, because I'm trying to work for you guys, man. Like I'm actually for you.
You heard that, guys?
Yeah.
A mayor that's gonna be for the people or other people.
Because I am you, man. I'm y'all, man. Like,
she is the bird.
Yeah, I'm the bird. I got people all over the place. They know about the bird because I always talk about home. Like,
she the bird. And everybody can't say that.
Yeah.
Everybody can't say that. There ain't no shot. I'm just saying everybody can't say that. So thank you guys for watching Marvinsports Life. This is episode 64. Hey, we getting up and up and up. This is Paige, Mayor Candidate of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Let's go out there September 14th. Let's get those votes, guys. You see this? Hit that like, hit that share button. Let's get the word out. Let's make a difference. Marvinsports and Life signing out.
Appreciate this, man. This was dope.